Hi students, once again I welcome you all to my channel Abrar classes. Today we'll be seeing circuit containing capacitor topic and problems on it. First we'll learn the concept and then the problems on circuit containing capacitor. What is this? This is a capacitor. This is given, supply voltage is given to it. Okay, AC supply voltage is given whose current is I is equal to I naught sin of omega t. Okay, now this is capacitor C. What is the voltage across the capacitor? The voltage across the capacitor is given by VC is equal to Q by C. VC is equal to Q by C. And we know that what is Q is equal to? Q is equal to integral I dt. Okay, this we have seen in the current electricity chapter, divided by C, isn't it? VC is equal to integral of, in place of I, substitute I naught sin of omega t dt divided by C. Right, Vc is equal to, take the constants outside, that is I naught is a constant, integral of sine of omega t dt by C. Now Vc is equal to, what is integration of sine of omega t? Integration of sine of omega t is minus cos of omega t divided by omega. Okay, what is the coefficient of t? The coefficient of t is omega, that gets divided. This c is already there here, right? So Vc is given by what? Vc is given by minus of I naught into 1 by omega c into cos of omega t. Right, now this is voltage on the left hand side. Right hand side also should be voltage. So here I naught, and what should be this one? This should be nothing but what? This should be nothing but resistance, because I naught into R gives what? The voltage, where capacitive reactance, where Xc is called capacitive reactance, and Xc is equal to 1 by omega c. Now right here, capacitor in AC, capacitor in alternating current, also capacitor in alternating current also acts as a resistance called capacitive reactance, called capacitive reactance. That is nothing but what? Xc is equal to 1 by omega c. And what is in general? Vc is equal to I into Xc, and if you are to calculate V naught will be equal to what? I naught into Xc, and what is Vrms? Vrms, if you want to calculate, okay, that is equal to Irms into Xc, Irms into Xc. Okay, let us proceed with this one. Okay, now Vc is equal to, I can write this here, Vc is equal to, right, Vc is equal to minus of I naught Xc into cos of omega t, right, minus of I naught into Xc cos of omega t. What is I naught into Xc is nothing but what? Minus of V naught cos of omega t. That is voltage across the capacitor. And we know very clear, if we have minus of V naught cos of omega t, okay, we know, we have learned in the phasor representation, For example, if this is x-axis and if this is y-axis, okay, where negative, where minus v naught cos of omega t will come downwards, right? Okay, where plus will come top, that is plus v naught cos of omega t. For example, I am telling to make you understand very clearly. Okay, here what will come? V naught sin of omega t to make you understand. Okay, and here what will come? Minus v naught sin of omega t. Clear? Now here I can write, for example, if this is current I, okay, that is given by I is equal to I naught sin omega t, that is reference where Vc will be downwards. Where Vc is equal to what? Vc is equal to what? Minus of V naught cos of omega t. Okay, minus of V naught cos of omega t. Right, okay, and it is lagging by an angle how much? Pi by 2, by an angle 90 degree, by an angle 90 degree, right? Vc is equal to, I can write Vc is equal to V naught, I can write this as what? It is in terms of sine, I can write this as what? Sine of omega t, okay? Vc is equal to V naught sine of omega t minus of pi by 2, minus of pi by 2, right? In terms of sine I am writing Vc is equal to V naught sine of. Now observe this current, I is equal to what? I naught sine of omega t. I is equal to what? I naught sine of omega t. In terms of sine, if you want to write, I can write this. This is lagging. Vc is lagging by an angle how much? Pi by 2. Vc is equal to V naught sine of omega t minus of pi by 2. Now, what did we conclude? We conclude that here this is 0. Okay, current I is leading. Current I is leading by an angle what? By an angle pi by 2 with respect to the voltage, with respect to Vc. With respect to Vc. Now, what is the angle? Angle is how much? Phase difference. Phase difference is nothing but what? Delta phi is equal to pi by 2. Therefore, what will be the power factor? Power factor will be 0. Power factor is given by what? Power factor is equal to cos of delta phi, that is equal to 0. And what is the power consumed? Average power consumed. Okay, since power factor is 0, power consumed also is 0. Okay, so power consumed by a pure capacitor is 0. Okay, power factor is 0. Power consumed by a pure capacitor is 0. Is 0. Hope you understood this. Okay, what is the main thing? If you have I is equal to I naught sine of omega t, what is the voltage across the capacitor is given by Vc is equal to V naught sine of omega t minus of pi by 2. Okay, once if you know these equations, you can write the vector diagram or phasor diagram. Here we conclude that Vc is lagging by angle pi by 2 with respect to the voltage, or current is leading by angle how much? Pi by 2 with respect to the voltage. Now we will see the problems. And what is the power consumed by a pure capacitor? Is 0. And here what is the phase difference? Is pi by 2. Power factor is equal to 0. Now power consumed, for power consumption, average power consumption is also 0. We will see some problems on it. 1 or 2 problems we will try to understand. What is given here? We have been given a capacitor of capacitance C is equal to how much? 20 microfarad. Okay, is connected across AC supply. Okay, what is the voltage? What is the current they have given? I is equal to 2 sine of 314. Okay, 2 sine of 314 T plus of 20 degree. I can write this as what? 2 sine of 100 pi T plus of 20 degree. This I have told you already. How much is 3.14 is pi. How much is 314 is 100 pi. Okay, therefore in place of 314 I am writing 100 pi T plus 20 degree. This I have to compare with what? I naught sine of omega T plus of phi. Okay, I is equal to I naught. Now what you have to calculate? You have to calculate the capacitive reactance. What is the capacitive reactance? Formula Xc is equal to 1 by omega c. Okay, that is equal to 1 divided by how much is omega? Omega is 100 pi. 100 pi into how much is capacitor? 20 micro. Micro means how much? 20 to the power of minus 6 farad. Okay, into 20 into 10 to the power of minus 6. You send this 10 to the power of minus 6 to the numerator, become divided by 2000 pi. Xc is equal to 3 zeros. I can cancel. Okay, here 1000 by 2 is how much? 500. Okay, 500 by pi I will get. 500 by pi. How to simplify this one? Xc I got 500 by pi. Now to simplify this one, multiply this by pi by pi. Okay, what I will be getting? Xc is equal to 500 pi divided by pi square. How much is pi square? Pi square is equal to 10. Okay, I can simplify this. Xc is equal to 500 pi by 10. Xc is equal to how much? 50 pi ohm. What is the unit of capacitive reactance? Ohm. Xc is equal to 50 pi ohm is the answer. Now we have to calculate peak value of voltage. How to calculate the peak value of voltage? That is given by V naught is equal to I naught into Xc. How much is I naught given directly? Amplitude of current 2 into Xc. Just now we got 50 pi. Okay, that is equal to 100 pi volts is the value of the peak voltage. Right, now peak value of voltage. Equation of voltage. Equation of voltage can be written as what? Equation of voltage, we know that in case of what? If this is I, this will be what? Vc. Right. Always current will be leading or voltage will be lagging. Okay, what I am saying. Okay. Now Vc I can write this as Vc is equal to V naught sine of omega t plus of phi, whatever. Current is leading and voltage is lagging. Therefore, minus of pi by 2 I can write here. Right. Okay. That is equal to Vc is equal to how much we got? V naught just now we got 100 pi. 100 pi sine of omega is how much? They have given 100 pi. Same value right here. 100 pi t plus of 20 degree minus of 90 degree. This is lagging. Okay. Therefore, Vc is equal to 100 pi sine of 100 pi t minus of 70 degree volts. Okay, this is the value. This is the equation of what? Voltage. Right. Now power factor and average power consumption. We know that what is the power factor? Power factor, because delta phi is equal to how much? Delta phi is equal to pi by 2. What is power factor is given by? Power factor is nothing but cos of delta phi That is equal to how much? Cos of 90 is how much? Cos of 90 is 0. Cos of 90 is 0. And how much is the average power consumption? We know that average consumption is equal to 0. Power consumption by a pure capacitor is what? 0. Because we know that what is average power consumption? That is nothing but what? VRMS into IRMS into what? Cos of delta phi. Since cos of delta phi is 0, average power consumption will be what? 0. Hope you understood this sum. We'll go to the next sum. Here, a capacitor of capacitance. What is the value of capacitance? 20 microfarad. 20 micro means how much? 20 into 10 to the power of minus 6 farad. Have they given current or voltage of power supply? They have given voltage of power supply. Okay, V is equal to 220. Okay, sine of, okay, 100 pi t I will write. Okay, 100 pi t, because 314 I can write minus of 15 degree. This you compare with what? V naught sine of omega t, minus is there, minus 5 you write. Okay, now what you have to calculate? Capacitor reactance. First, Xc is equal to 1 by omega c. That is equal to 1 divided by how much is omega? Omega is 100 pi. Okay, 100 pi into 20 into 10 to the power of minus 6. Okay, Xc is equal to how much? Just now we calculated. Xc is equal to how much? 10 to the power of 6 divided by 200 pi. Okay, Xc is equal to how much we are going to get? We are going to get 500 by pi. 500 by 3. Because this is how much? 1. Divided by 200 pi. Right, 0 gets cancelled. Right. Gets cancelled. How many times? This 5 0 0. This is 2000. Okay. 3 zeros gets cancelled. 3 zeros gets cancelled. Okay. 3 zeros gets cancelled. We get 500 by 5. Now simplify this. Multiply and divide by 500. Therefore, Xc is equal to how much? Pi square is how much? 10. That is 50 pi ohm. Okay. This we have seen in the previous problem. Xc is equal to 50 pi ohm. What is second? Peak value of current. How to calculate? We know that V naught is equal to what? I naught into Xc. Right. From here we calculate I naught. I naught is equal to what? V naught by Xc. How much is V naught? They are given. Okay. 220. 220 divided by X is how much? 50 pi. Right. 50 pi. So I naught is equal to 220 divided by 50. See here. Here 220 is there. I can write pi as what? 22 by 7. Right. Okay. You have to be careful while calculating. 22 by 7. Okay. That is equal to, we are going to get this as 0 gets cancelled. 22 gets cancelled. 7 by 5 amperes. 7 by 5 amperes. Okay, 7 by 5. Peak value of current is 7 by 5 amperes. Equation of current. What is the equation of current? Number 3. Okay, we know that current will be always leading by an angle pi by 2 with respect to what? Voltage across the capacitor. Okay, is pi by 2. Therefore, I can write here I is equal to what? I naught sine of omega t minus of phi. Just add what? Plus pi by 2 to this one. Okay, plus pi by 2. That is nothing but what? I is equal to I naught, how much we calculated just now, 7 by 5. Okay, whatever they are given. Okay, after sign, same thing you write down. Okay, just you have to add what, plus pi by 2, because you are finding current here. 100 pi t minus 15 degree plus of what, 90 degree. That's it. Okay, just you have to add I is equal to 7 by 5 sine of 100 pi t, and this is how much, plus 75 degree amperes. It's the equation of the current. Okay, now number 4 again, what is power factor? Power factor is 0. Okay, number 4, what is the phase difference? Pi by 2, that is the angle between current and voltage is pi by 2. Power factor is given by what? Power factor is given by cos of delta phi. Okay, that is cos of pi by 2 is how much? Cos of pi by 2 is 0. What is the average power consumed? Average power consumption is equal to 0, and power factor is also is equal to 0. Hope you understood this sum. Okay, if you have liked this video, kindly share with your friends, ask doubts in the comment box, and do not forget to subscribe for my channel to see interesting topics and interesting problems like this. I wish you all the best for your KCET and NEET examinations. Keep studying. Thank you one and all.